So y'all know I'm into the healthy lifestyle. If you can't tell, I do work out. I get my workouts in whenever I can. I won't stop. I will always work out. Even when I'm tired, even when I don't want to work out. You know I have busy days. I'm a busy man, but I have to keep my ass in the gym. And I implore you to do the same thing. Do not quit, do not stop, and if you haven't started going yet, you need to start going. But what happens when you are in the best shape of your life, or so we think, or so society assumes you are, because of how you look, because of how your physique looks, because of your physique. Everyone thinks that you are a body of health, and everyone looks up to you when it comes to the health profession, the health world, right? But what happens when you suddenly pass away? Whether it is because of dealing with certain illnesses, dealing with certain drugs, or just unfortunately pass away all of a sudden. Well, today's video gets into some of the top bodybuilding influencers who passed away last year. And I started watching it. I got to the second person or the third person. I think I got to the third person and I just couldn't go on anymore because I actually knew who that person was. I actually knew who they were. And I saw a lot of his videos. I followed him on social media. He was a bodybuilding icon, but in this video, I learned and found out how he got said physique, how he got to look the way that he looked. And we must understand that some people use enhancement drugs in order to get their bodies to where they want it to be, while other people, like me, like you, do it naturally. But before we continue on to this video, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send these bodybuilders after them. Now, I know that y'all are ready to get into this video. Whether you are in the fitness world or you're not, you will want to stick around to see this countdown. Without further ado, hit that play button.
Johanna Perez. She preached health. She lived clean. She looked unbreakable. And yet, just days after celebrating her 35th birthday, she was gone. Johanna Perez wasn't a typical fitness influencer. She wasn't selling shortcuts, no shady pills, no steroid talk. Her message was raw and real. Eat clean, train hard, stay natural. Her fans believed in her not just for her physique, but for her discipline. Her lifestyle was her brand, one built on smoothies, sunlight, and strength. So when her family announced her death, just 3 days after she posted joyful birthday photos, people were stunned. No cause of death, no explanation, no warning signs. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was supposed to be the example of how to live longer. She had just thanked God for another magical year. She had asked for health, happiness, and peace. Johanna was one of the first women in Panama to dominate professional bodybuilding. She turned her journey into inspiration, building a loyal following who trusted every word she said. And now, all they're left with are questions. How does someone so healthy die so suddenly? What are we not being told? Joe Lindner, 𝐏𝐻𝐿thetics. He looked like a machine, pure muscle, no weakness, but his heart had other plans. Joe Lindner, better known online as 𝐏𝐻𝐿thetics, built an empire on strength. Millions followed him for his shredded physique, workout routines, and brutal honesty about bodybuilding. Unlike many influencers, Joe never hid the truth. He openly talked about his use of testosterone and the toll that extreme fitness can take on the human body. And then, in June 2023, his girlfriend shared a heartbreaking message. Joe had died suddenly from an aneurysm. He was just 30. What shook everyone wasn't just how he died, but how soon he seemed to know something was wrong. Just weeks before his death, Joe posted about an unusual health scare. He said his muscles were cramping, and he feared it was due to his hormone levels being off. He even mentioned he might be suffering from a rare condition affecting his heart. Nobody expected that would be his last warning. The man who looked unbreakable on the outside had no time to fix what was breaking inside. His death wasn't just a loss to fans, it was a wake-up call. Behind every perfect body is a risk no one talks about.
𝐏𝐻𝐿thetics is who I was talking about. Yes, 𝐏𝐻𝐿thetics was that bodybuilding influencer that I did follow on social media. He had some pretty dope videos. He had some pretty dope fitness videos, some exercises as he would show you exactly what it is he did in order to get his physique, but I did not know that he was using male enhancement drugs. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. And when I saw this video towards the end, I remembered when he was dealing with these health scares, because I remember him posting about it. I remember him even posting the pictures when he had the cast on his arm. And so Joe Aesthetic was definitely someone that looked to be in perfect health.
Chris O'Donnell, 𝐏𝐬𝐬. He didn't post about abs, meal plans, or workout tips, but he did show you what survival looked like, one gym session at a time. Chris O'Donnell, better known online as 𝐏𝐬𝐬, wasn't your typical influencer. He wasn't chasing aesthetics. He was chasing something deeper, peace. His videos often showed his quiet, solitary workouts at night, paired with captions about anxiety, discipline, and finding purpose. He didn't speak much, but his presence said everything. And then, in January 2024, the silence became permanent. News broke that Chris had passed away unexpectedly. He was just 26. There was no long goodbye, no explanation. But if you look closely at his last posts, they felt like signs. One caption read, "The quiet is louder these days." Another, "Just trying to hold on." To his followers, it now feels like he was leaving a trail, not of workouts, but of warning signs. His death stunned the fitness community, not because of how he looked, but because of how deeply he was hurting behind it all. 𝐏𝐬𝐬 didn't die from weights or overtraining. He died from something far heavier, silence.
26. Crazy, right? And it brings me back to the first influencer, the young lady who was only 35. 35. She posted a birthday video and ended up passing away shortly after. That is crazy. I had this discussion with someone not too long ago about everyone passing away at younger ages now. No, it's not. You can say that it's not anything new, but it is, because we are now actually putting the spotlight on it. We're able to see as people pass away in real time because we have social media now. And people are passing away at younger ages, and especially when you look as great as these people did, when you could tell they lived a healthy lifestyle, they ate healthy, they exercised regularly, and still end up passing away at a young age. This man was only 26. So imagine how it is with someone who smokes a pack of cigarettes a day and they live to be 75. Crazy, right? Right.
Ilia Yafimchic, Ilia Golem. He looked like a monster straight out of a comic book. 6 feet tall, 340 pounds of pure bulk, with 25-inch arms that could crush a watermelon like paper. But behind this mountain of muscle was a man quietly breaking down, and no one saw it coming. Ilia Golem Yafimchic was not a pro athlete, not a stage competitor. But he didn't need a gold medal to become a legend. He built his kingdom online, through unfiltered YouTube videos, raw Instagram reels, and a life that seemed to defy human limits. A 16,500 calorie a day lifestyle. 7 meals that included 108 pieces of sushi and 2.5 kilos of steak. 20 protein shakes a day. He didn't just show you what strength looked like. He showed you what it cost. He told fans everything. The hormones, the steroids, the pain. No lies, no filters, just the truth. From a man who once couldn't do a push-up and turned himself into a living Hulk. But on September 6th, his heart gave out. 2 days in a coma, a hospital bed, and then silence. His wife, Anna, stayed by his side, begging for a miracle, for a heartbeat. And when it came back, for 2 whole days, hope returned, only to be crushed when doctors said his brain had already died. Ilia passed on September 8th, 2024, just 36 years old. Gone, not from weakness, but from the brutal chase for more. More size, more strength, more views. In the end, even the most monstrous physique couldn't protect the boy who just wanted to look like a superhero.
We do have to think about something. When you pack on that much muscle, you also have to think about your heart, because what do they always say about people who are obese? Their heart, right? You need to lose that weight because it's too much weight on your heart. My man was a giant. He's a giant. You saw his arms. You were watching the same clip that I was watching. You saw his arms. He was a monster. And with all that weight, I think in the video he said 314 pounds of pure muscle. It had to be a lot on his chest, on his heart. It had to be a lot. And then he was chasing more size and more muscle, yes, he was putting his body through a strenuous workout, which means he was what? Overworking his heart as well. And then you include steroids and whatever other enhancement drugs that he might have been taking to get that big, because let's be real, he was a monster. Human beings do not get that big, not that much muscle, unless you use some kind of enhancement drugs like steroids and some of the other ones that I'm not going to name, because I honestly don't know them. I've never had to use them. But yes, my man was a monster, and I can't believe he passed away at a young age as well.
Richard Simmons. He made the world laugh, cry, and move, all while wearing glittery tank tops and dolphin shorts. Richard Simmons wasn't just a fitness guru. He was a lifeline for millions struggling with weight and self-worth. But on July 13th, 2024, that bright, bouncing energy dimmed forever. Born in New Orleans, Richard was once a bullied, overweight teen. But instead of giving up, he turned his pain into power. He launched Sweatin' to the Oldies, a joyful, body-positive workout that sold over 20 million copies. His flamboyant style and kindness made him a TV icon in the 80s and 90s. Then came the silence. In 2014, Richard disappeared from the spotlight. Rumors spread. Was he being held hostage? Was he sick? In truth, he was battling chronic knee pain and deep emotional wounds. He wanted the world to remember him as he was, full of joy. Just months before his passing, he posted to fans, "Please don't rain on my parade." And now, as the curtain falls, those words hit harder than ever.
Richard was, I believe, a ball of inspiration for a lot of people. That's what he was. For a lot of people, he was a ball of inspiration. He was that light, that guiding light that a lot of people look to, because let's be honest about it. In a messed up world like we live in, there is so much negativity. You are bombarded with negativity on a daily basis. You wake up to negativity. You lay down to negativity. It's all over the place. You need people that will make you laugh. You need people that will put a smile on your face when you're having a hard time. You need people that will pat you on your back and tell you that you are doing a good job. Keep going. And that's what I believe Simmons was, but he turned it into a fitness business. He turned it into fitness where he was helping people in that way. And he helped a lot of people overcome depression. But that's just my opinion. It's a sad case that he had to go out like that, especially when he was battling his knee pain. But I also understand why he did not want his fans to remember him that way.
Rella Chase. Rella Chase, a renowned New Zealand fitness influencer and professional bodybuilder, passed away suddenly on October 6th, 2023, at the age of 41. She was a mother of 5 and had over 1.4 million followers on Facebook, where she inspired many with her motivational posts on fitness and positivity. Chase made history in 2011 as the first New Zealand woman to compete in the prestigious Olympia bodybuilding competition in Las Vegas. Beyond her athletic achievements, she was featured on more than 14 fitness magazine covers and was known for her candid discussions about personal challenges, including single motherhood and overcoming adversity. Her death is currently under investigation by New Zealand authorities, with the cause yet to be determined. Tributes have poured in from fans and loved ones, highlighting her supportive nature and the profound impact she had on many lives. Her eldest daughter, Anna, described her as a wildly driven woman with ambition, who inspired millions worldwide. Rella Chase's legacy continues to motivate individuals in the fitness community and beyond.
I have to say that she definitely put in the work to look the way that she does, because you can find women who will say that they had a child and they just can't get back to how they were. Their body is just not the same. I get it. Or maybe I don't. But this woman right here had 5 kids. This woman right here, she had 5 kids, and guess what? She looked like that. Crazy, right? No, not at all. She worked for it. You just have to put in the work for it. where there's a will, there's a way. I honestly believe that. And I have to give her all the credit due for looking like that and also being a mother. That means you were definitely putting in work with your kids and you were putting in work on yourself.
Gabriel Ferreira. He was once 400 kilograms, trapped in a body that felt like a prison. Gabriel Ferreira, the Brazilian fitness influencer, didn't become famous because he had abs. He became famous because he lost nearly 200 kilograms with nothing but raw determination and heartbreak fueling him. He inspired millions when he appeared on television in 2017, showing the world what willpower looked like. No surgery, no shortcuts, just pain, sweat, and a dream to live again. His YouTube channel, Meu Universo Paralelo, became a safe space for those struggling with obesity. But the story didn't end with a happy transformation. Behind the cameras, Gabriel was breaking. After losing his father and brother, grief hit him like a wrecking ball. Slowly, the weight came back. The motivation began to slip. He reached 380 kilograms again, but he didn't stop trying. On December 30th, 2024, Gabriel died in his sleep from a heart attack. He was only 37. His best friend said, "He died trying. He fought to the end." Gabriel didn't just lose weight. He carried the weight of so many who felt invisible. And even in his final breath, he remained what he always was, a fighter.
This video is brought to you by Vintage Memorial. We give them their respect. We thank you for the video. And I have to say that, did you see the difference between my man when he was really big and when he wasn't? That is a huge difference. And I also have to give him his respect and his credit for losing all of that weight. Did you see how big he was? That's how you know it's possible. Anyone can do it. Some people are just not willing to do it. And if they start, they are not willing to push through it because it's very painful. But whatever you work towards is what? Worth having. Whatever you work hard for is worth having. And that's exactly what he did in order to slim down and lose a lot of that weight. But unfortunately, his heart just couldn't take it when he gained all that weight back due to the stress and the trauma he went through of losing his father.
Jackson Tippet, a rising star in the fitness world, tragically passed away at the age of 30 on November 10th, 2024, while on a trip to Turkey. His sudden death shocked the fitness community, and his family confirmed that he likely suffered a heart attack just days after celebrating his 30th birthday. Jackson had been very open about his struggles with steroid use, a topic that he shared with his followers in hopes of educating others. In 2017, Tippet found himself in legal trouble after being arrested for possessing steroids and testosterone. The charges resulted in a fine of $4,000, but he used this experience as a turning point in his life. Over the years, he made a remarkable comeback, transforming his story into one of redemption. He began to inspire others through social media, where his honest posts about mental health, fitness, and recovery resonated with his growing audience of over 225,000 followers. Before his untimely death, Jackson had shared a powerful Instagram post on his 30th birthday, listing 30 life lessons. His final piece of advice: growing old beats the alternative, dying young. His death came as a devastating reminder of how fragile life can be, especially for someone who had worked so hard to overcome his past struggles. Following his passing, his family launched a GoFundMe campaign to bring his body back home, raising over $21,000.
When I tell you that life is short, it really is. It just seems long. Life is very short. It could be gone at the blink of an eye. And again, this man right here was battling substance abuse, steroids. And this is a lesson for all of y'all watching this that want to get into bodybuilding, that want to get into fitness. Stay away from steroids. If this is not a clear example as to why you should stay away from it, I don't know what is. I don't know what will open your eyes up. Stay away from them, because you might suddenly drop dead like some of these people.
Larissa Borges, a 33-year-old Brazilian fitness influencer, tragically passed away on August 28, 2023, after suffering a double cardiac arrest. Her family confirmed the news through a heartfelt message on her Instagram account, describing her as young, kind, and lovely, and expressing the overwhelming pain of her loss. Borges had been hospitalized on August 20th in Gramado, Brazil, following the first cardiac arrest. She remained in a coma for a week before experiencing a second cardiac arrest, which led to her passing. A preliminary investigation suggested that intoxication might have been a contributing factor, with reports indicating possible ingestion of narcotic substances combined with alcohol. Authorities have conducted a post-mortem examination to determine the exact cause of death. Before her untimely death, Borges had amassed over 33,000 followers on Instagram, where she shared content related to fitness, fashion, and travel. Her final post, taken at an indoor ski park, featured her in a winter coat with the caption, "I can believe in tomorrow." Her passing serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of health and well-being, even for those who appear to lead active and healthy lifestyles.
I keep telling y'all, drugs will do it every time. Drugs will do it to you every time. Stay away from that shit. And then they are talking about alcohol was involved as well. That is wild for you to lose your life after taking some drugs. And not just lose your life when I say go to jail or go to prison, because when you go to jail or prison, you lose your life. Yeah, you're losing your life. But to literally just drop dead like that and your heart just give up on you, you need that heart to survive. Y'all need to understand that. And a lot of these drugs that a lot of these people are taking is destroying their heart, is slowing it down. And once your heart stops beating, that means you stop living.
Mila De Jesus, a 35-year-old weight loss influencer who had touched the hearts of millions with her story, tragically passed away on January 12, 2024. Her sudden death left her family, friends, and over 100,000 followers devastated. Mila's journey was one of transformation and resilience. After undergoing bariatric surgery in 2017, she lost a staggering 150 pounds and shared every step of her journey with the world. But Mila's story wasn't just about weight loss. She was incredibly open about her personal struggles, including a battle with psoriasis that affected 80% of her body. Despite this, she continued to inspire her followers with her strength and positivity. One of her posts read, "Don't give up, persistence, focused on the mission," words that resonated deeply with those who followed her journey. In September 2023, Mila married the love of her life, 𝐏𝐻𝐬𝐿, and just a few months later, her life was cut short. Her untimely death was a reminder to everyone of how fragile life is, no matter how strong and healthy we appear on the outside. Mila's passing serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of health and well-being, even for those who seem to have it all. She leaves behind a legacy of strength, hope, and inspiration that will continue to touch hearts long after she's gone.
Y'all have to understand something. Life is definitely precious, and you should, and I repeat, you should definitely cherish every moment of it. Even though we take advantage of it, sometimes we do. Not even sometimes. Most of the time we take advantage of life because we're just busy living. You're steadily living, going through the motions. You have bills to pay. I get it. But at the same time, when you don't stop, take a minute to actually breathe and enjoy the space that you are in, life is passing you by, and before you know it, it's gone. And unfortunately, you will have people who deal with certain sicknesses, certain issues, health problems, obesity. You have people who deal with stuff like this on a regular basis. Some people can overcome it, but the majority of people are unable to. And it's not because they are too lazy. It's not because they don't want to. It's because deep down inside, they feel like they have nothing to truly live for. And so they don't even try.
𝐿𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻𝐿 Gilar, a 43-year-old fitness influencer and founder of Self-Made Training Facility, tragically passed away on December 21st, 2024, after a 3-month battle following a violent robbery attempt. On September 13th, 2024, Aguilar and his wife were attacked outside their Bel Air home by armed assailants. During the altercation, Aguilar was shot multiple times, including a devastating shot to the face. Despite immediate medical attention, he fought for his life for 3 months before succumbing to his injuries. Known for his entrepreneurial spirit, Aguilar had revolutionized the personal training industry. His self-made training facility chain, with locations across the U.S., was not just a business, but a community for fitness professionals. Aguilar's dedication to fitness, health, and mentorship inspired many aspiring trainers and clients alike.
Now, this one pissed me off. Yeah, this one definitely pissed me off. You mean to tell me this man who is an entrepreneur, which means he's about his business, which means he stands on business. Mary gets attacked by a bunch of thugs that don't want to work for anything. Are you serious? And then you take the man's life. You don't only take his possessions, you take his life as well. For what? That is senseless. That's crazy to me. A man who is trying to change his community. Because to open up a gym means that you are trying to change your community. It's not just about the dollars for you. For some people, it's just about the money. That's all they think about. They don't care about their community. They don't care about people. But you can tell that this man, he didn't just open the gym for money. It was for more than that. And his life gets taken away senselessly like that. That is wild to me. Leave a comment in the comment section or leave a hold the applause in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video and how tragically all of these bodybuilding influencers went. I mean, I don't even know what to say about some of these stories because I just can't believe how young these influencers were, how young these bodybuilders were. And most of all, how some of them were using enhancement drugs to help enhance their physiques. Until next time. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.